Hey guys, it's Matt. If you also have a lot of media files inside of your WordPress website and upgrading your hosting is just very costly, then let me show you a way how to natively integrate it with WordPress to upload it to a cloud, also called offloading your media files. Let me show you exactly how this works. If you want to support me and get a 10% discount, go to wp.discount/offload. This link is also in the description of this video and of course in the comments. And then we are at the website of Infinite Uploads. They have a lot of features that are really amazing. For example, the all-in-one simple setup. I'm going to demonstrate you that in just a few seconds, but you also have unlimited sites and uploads within your plan. Now that's really nice. Of course, large video upload, but they also have over here video encoding. So it encodes your video into multiple formats and resolutions. All your files are transmitted using encrypted SSL. It's a blazing fast CDN with 190 points of presence all over the world. Sounds really great. And we also have a 99.9% data durability. That's really impressive. Now let's click over here on start your 7 days free trial, and then we are at the pricings. It starts at $16 a month for just 15 GB. Sounds great, but there's also a lot more. You can actually upgrade this to 10 terabytes. That's insane. However, it's all possible with this program. Now, I'm going to show you the business plan with the 100 GB cloud storage and of course ook the custom CDN domains and the S3 compatible credentials. Might be useful. Click over here, start 7-day free trial. Then fill in your email address and create a really strong password. Select the right plan, agree to the terms of service and click over here to start your 7-day free trial. Then fill in your payment information. Now don't worry, you won't get charged until the 7 days are completed. So if you don't like it, just cancel your subscription before that time. If you click over here at promotional code and you fill in my special discount code, it's called MAT. If you then just enter in and press apply, you will get another 10% discount. And in return, you might want to hit that like button and subscribe to my channel. Fill in all your information and press on start trial. Well done, your account is now active. Click over here, download Infinite Uploads. Press over here on download. Log into your WordPress website. If you're still using WP admin to log in, that's not a very safe way, so please watch my tutorial about securing your WordPress website. Then from your dashboard, we go over here to plugins, add plugin. Then click over here on upload plugin. Select the plugin we've just downloaded and press over here on install now. And then we press on activate plugin. Well done. Then we click over here on connect. And then we press over here on run scan. Whoa, that was real fast. And look at my statistics. I have 17 videos, 2 GB. I have more than 2,500 images. Well, you might say, I don't have that many images on my website. It's true, but when you upload one image, it will be converted into 5 or 6 formats due to the way WordPress works. You can of course turn that off, but it's logical to keep that on for different kind of reasons. Then we also have some other things, coding and documents. Okay, the next step is to click over here and press on connect. Since I was still logged into Infinite Uploads, I can just connect it as a new site. And then we have to choose our storage region. This has to be closest to the hosting provider, not your target audience, because we're going to use a CDN, so it will be all over the planet. Really awesome, but closest to the server of your original website. In my case, it's the United States. This will only affect the speed of transferring files to Infinite Uploads. Now remember, you cannot change it easily without a file migration, so I'm going to choose United States and press on connect. Now we are connected. The only thing we have to do is click over here on sync now. Awesome, the sync is in process and it can take many hours, completely depending on the size of your media library. In the meanwhile, I'm going to connect another website. I'm going to upload the same plugin. I press install now. activate the plugin, and again, connected. Oh, this is a very small website, connected. And now I can click over here and I can replace an existing, but I don't want that. I want to create a new website, so I press on connect. And of course, we click on sync now. There we go. Wow, that was pretty fast. I was still connecting other websites for you guys to see, but it's already finished. So we press over here on enable to enable the global CDN for all our images and videos and every file on my website. Alright, and when we then scroll down, we can see our account and settings. We have used 3 GB of our 100 GB, and then we have the CDN bandwidth. It's limited to 200 GB, but it's recalculated every 24 hours. Now, this website has, for example, 30,000 images. Those are a lot, and they're served throughout the entire USA. Well, let's connect it, and also let's sync it with the CDN and the cloud. Connect as a new site, United States, and press over here, connecting. Remember, if you delete a file inside of your media library, it will be deleted from the cloud. It might not be immediately visible in the cloud, but it will take up to 24 hours. So all my images now are being loaded via the CDN. Make sure to check your website. Go over here, visit your site in a new tab, because this is now my website, completely not the way it should be. To fix this, make sure to clean all your caches from your plugins and your hosting company. And then when I refresh my website, everything works the way it should work. Now, how to see if the CDN actually works? Well, that's pretty easy. Glad you asked. Just scroll down to one of your images, right click on it, just open image in a new tab. And then you can see the URL from which this image is loaded in. In this case, zizio.infiniteuploads.cloud. Now you can change that if you want it. Let me show you how. If we look at the dashboard over here on the Infinite Uploads, the settings page, and we scroll down, we can see a number of things. First of all, how many gigabyte we have used of our entire plan throughout all the sites we've connected to it. Well, there's no problem there, as you can see. Then over here is the CDN bandwidth, and if I'm correctly, and I've understand it correctly, but make sure you do, it's reset every single month. So 200 gigabytes a month, that should be enough. Then we have the CDN URL via 45 plus edge locations around the world. Well, this is nice, but I want to use my own custom domain for this specific website. Then we can see the chosen storage region, and then when we scroll down, you can free up your local storage. If you're using too much storage on your local hosting provider, you can press over here this button, delete, and all of these files will be deleted from your local website, not from the CDN. If you start deleting files from your media library, then you have a big problem, because it also will be deleted from the cloud and they will be lost forever. So make sure, if you want to free up local storage, to use this button over here. Let me show you how to change your current CDN URL. Click over here. Then you can use a custom CDN domain. How this works is you just create a CDN record of your subdomain. For example, media.yourdomain.com. First create that at your hosting company, very easy, and then redirect that domain pointing to this one. And that's the way it is. Then we go over here and we change it to media.yourdomain. I don't know what your domain is. And then we press on save. And then all the URLs of your website will be changed to this URL. It just looks way better on the back end of your website. Does it have an advantage? Well, no, but it just looks awesome when someone is inspecting the back end of your website. And over here you can find your API credentials, so you can connect plugins and apps with this CDN. If we scroll up and we click over here on usage, very nice. It's in here, the sizes and the bandwidth requests. When you click over here, we can see all the sites that's being connected to Infinite Uploads, and you can go to the specific site details. Here is of course your profile, and your payment and billing information is over here. Now, if you ever want to remove a website from Infinite Uploads, that's just possible. Go over here, view and edit site details, scroll all the way down, and we can delete our site and data. If you want to do this, please download and disconnect before deleting. First, go back to your WordPress website, scroll all the way down and click over here on disconnect. Then they will download your files back to the uploads directory before disconnecting to prevent broken media on your site. That's very important to do so. If you are using a caching plugin, which I highly recommend you do, you need to add in the CDN to that caching plugin. So scroll down, copy your current CDN URL, press on copy. For example, with WP Rocket, which is still the best in my opinion, caching your website without breaking it. Really amazing. Then go over here to CDN and then we're going to enable this one and just paste in your CDN URL. That's it. Here we can exclude files, but we don't want that. And then we just press on Save Changes. And if you're, for example, using Lightspeed, then scroll a little bit down, go on the left side to CDN, press over here on Other Static CDN, and then again, paste in your CDN URL over there and just press there, Save Changes. And that's basically it. If you have any questions, read the FAQ on their website or drop a comment. I'll always reply and I love to read it. Let me know if you've liked this video by hitting the thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you want to see more WordPress related content. Hope to see you in the next video.